So I'm thinking just as I go about marriage and about men and marriage and how marriage affects men and why marriage was invented. Why did we create this status, this ceremony? So as I said, this is just as I go and it has just occurred to me now. I'm thinking that I've mentioned it before, I'm sure, but one of the principal reasons that marriage was created was to protect the man, basically, from any false allegation that sex was imposed on the woman and it was rape, in other words. A marriage certificate proves to the world that the romantic relationship was desired and was okay, basically. So any sex that happened was not wrong in any way. So a marriage certificate does protect the man in that sense. Marriage also, of course, protects the woman in terms of assets and financial support and whatever. But I think possibly the principal reason for marriage is to prove to the world that a given man is allowed to have romantic relations with a woman. It is acceptable and it is desired by the woman and it's not imposed on her. It's not rape, in other words. I think marriage does serve that purpose and is a very important purpose. And men should be aware of this. That if a man has sex with a woman outside of marriage, he is taking a risk and he's trusting her to be honest about his behavior. Because if a woman wants to claim that a man is behaving badly, behaving wrongly in having sex, then outside of a marriage, how does a man defend himself from such a claim? A man is placing his life in her hands if he has sex with her without being married. So I think marriage does serve that purpose, probably most importantly. And so men should be aware that having sex with a woman outside of marriage is a big risk, and a man has to trust a woman to be honest and not seek to harm him with a false allegation, because a man is vulnerable to such an accusation. And I can't see at this moment, this is just occurring to me now, but I can't see how a man can keep himself safe from such an accusation without being married. So I'm thinking this is probably the principal reason that marriage exists. Obviously, there's the financial protection of the woman as well. There's also protection for the man in the sense that he's proving to the world that the sex is desired. I think it's very important for men to understand this and appreciate what they are doing if they have sex with a woman while not being married to her. It's basically a risk. And marriage is the way society has invented to protect women, because basically society regards the welfare of women as being the most important thing. Men, in a sense, are disregarded very much. Society cares about the welfare of women and children primarily, and the welfare of men is almost incidental. And it's up to men, I think, to protect themselves and look to their own welfare. because no one else will look to take care of men. So as I say, marriage solves that problem of the potential for false allegation of rape. I think to my own life, and I know any gentleman had sex with a woman, I was taking a risk with my life. And it is shocking, basically. But it is the way it is, I would say.